So why am I leaving the Netherlands with my family, and why have I made the decision to move to another country? Well, there are various reasons, of course. No, it's not the high cost of living we have here. No, it's not the high taxes we have here in the Netherlands. No, it's not the directness of the Dutch people. No, it's not really the weather. Well, maybe kind of. Of course, there are other various reasons which I'm going to explain you in this video. If you have been following me on my channel, you probably already know what my plans are and where I'm moving. If you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is Harold, and like I've said in this video, I'm going to explain you the reasons why I'm leaving the Netherlands. And if you stick around until the end of the video, I'm going to give you a glimpse of my how far I am in my journey. So first of all, why I've decided to leave the Netherlands, we have to go a little bit back in time. Of course, this whole idea didn't just came falling from the sky. Obviously, a lot of things happened in my life to make this decision. Just in short, a couple of years ago, I decided to quit my job. I was working as a mechanic since I was 17, and in 2016, I decided to quit my job and start studying again. And because I've always loved the tropics, the nature, the wildlife, the adventure, I decided to study forest and nature management, and I have decided to specialize myself in the tropics. So during this whole study, I learned a lot about nature conservation, nature management, how to set up a forest management plan, reforestation, but also about forest ecology. And I was super excited to do this study. And actually, during this study, I conducted my thesis research in Costa Rica, and before my study, I've also been on holiday to Costa Rica with my family. And after I came home from my thesis research in Costa Rica, I started to like this country, and started to develop this idea of, okay, maybe this could be a country where I would live in the near future. So after I graduated, this was in 2021, almost 2 years ago, we decided as a family, I have a wife and 2 kids, we decided as a family to spend a holiday in Costa Rica, and to see if we as a family like the country, and see if we could live there. Well, during this holiday in 2021, we didn't really, well, we traveled around, but we didn't really had the looked around for properties or something like that, or we just traveled around, and we liked it. But after we came home, I worked as an education assistant for a year at the university that I was studying. So this gave me the opportunity to use the social network of my university, and I started talking about this idea of maybe moving to Costa Rica. I started talking about that with my colleagues, and then one of my colleagues said, "Oh, I know someone who moved to Costa Rica. He's a former student of our school. He studied the same thing as I did." So he gave me his contact details, and so I contacted this guy. He's also Dutch, and I found out he started a nature conservation project in Costa Rica years ago with a friend of his, and so I started to develop an idea. Okay, maybe this could be something for me as well, because during my thesis research, I conducted some research in bird diversity and different forest succession stages. I did this as I conducted this research in a private nature reserve in Costa Rica, Cloudbridge, and I really like the idea of having a small research center where students could come and do the research and volunteering and all kinds of things. So, and this Dutch guy who started this nature conservation project also did something similar with a small research center, and you know, had a small cabin for some students to stay in. So after a year of working as an education assistant, I decided, okay, this is enough. This is enough for me. I'm going to quit this job again. This was in October last year, October 2022, and I started to work on my vision of moving to Costa Rica, buy a piece of rainforest, and start a similar nature conservation project, reforestation project. So I decided to visit Costa Rica again in December last year. I've been there for 2.5 weeks to orientate myself. I went alone. My wife and my kids stayed at home. You know, I saw some really nice properties over there, but the properties that I saw were almost all just completely pasture land. And if you know a little bit about reforestation, you know that if you're going to start a reforestation project, it's going to take years before you have an actual forest. Well, actually, in the tropics, it's you know, this reforestation obviously goes a little bit faster than here in the Netherlands, where we are in the temperate climate zone. But anyways, if you're going to start a reforestation project from scratch and with just pasture land, it takes maybe 10 or 15 years before you have an actual, you know, forest. And you know, because I'm not 25 anymore, I thought to myself, well, maybe this is not something that's something for me. I don't want to buy a piece of pasture land and then start a reforestation project. So after I came home, I started talking with my wife, and you know, we discussed this a lot, and my wife was doubting this whole idea of moving to Costa Rica, because she is originally from Peru, and you know, she didn't like the idea of going back to, you know, her culture, because she she's Peruvian, and she obviously left Peru for different reasons, also because of the culture, also because of the the whole economic situation in Peru, and because of the the opportunities we have here education-wise in Europe. So she was doubting this idea of mine a lot. This is why it took, you know, quite a long time for us to deciding, okay, we're actually going to move to Costa Rica. And so after I came home from my Costa Rica trip, I thought about this idea a lot, and how to develop this nature conservation project. So I decided to start looking for possibilities to earn money in a different way. You know, I didn't want to work in an office anymore, even in Costa Rica. So I decided to start looking for possibilities to earn money online. And in the last couple of months, I started working as an affiliate marketer. If you want to know what I'm doing, please check the link in the description of this video. And so now that I have my online business, well, I'm not earning lots of money right now. It's starting to generate money, to generate an online income. So that is one of the reasons why we have decided to move to Costa Rica right now. And but this is not the main reason why I want to live in Costa Rica, because I've always loved the tropics, and because I studied forest and nature management. You know, still my dream is to start to buy a piece of rainforest and to start a nature conservation project over there. And during my studies, I've discovered my new passion, and that is bird watching. So maybe it is a good idea to start a nature conservation project in combination with you know, bird conservation. For the last couple of years, I've been doing a lot of bird watching here in the Netherlands, but also during my last trips in Costa Rica, and we've been in Peru last year, so I did a lot of bird watching over there as well. And now I'm doing a self-paced training on bird biology. It's with the Cornell Lab of Ornithology. So this gives me the so this training module is learning me. I'm learning a lot about bird biology, about bird conservation, physiology of birds, migration, whatever. How they fly, the feathers, breeding tactics, you know, everything about bird biology. So this is something that I really like. So my idea is to start a nature conservation project in Costa Rica, in combination with something with birds. I could be a bird guide, a local bird guide. I could show people around on my own property, of my own rainforest property, and maybe have a small research center for volunteers or for students. But that is something for the future. The idea is to first move to Costa Rica, and then for the first couple of months rent a house and see where we want to live. We kind of have an idea where we want to settle. It's probably going to be around the Central Valley, as the prices of land are still, acceptable. If you're going to the tourist areas around La Fortuna or Nicoya, or maybe to Puerto Viejo, or to the Pacific coast around Uvita or Jochal, that is getting more and more expensive. So we're thinking about, buying something in the area of Turrialba or maybe Pérez Celedón. We're not completely sure yet, but we have to, like I've said, we first have to actually move to Costa Rica, and then see where we want to live to orientate ourselves. And however, we have two kids. The youngest one is 3 and the oldest one is 5, almost 6. So of course they have to go to school, and actually the oldest one has to go to school. So this is going to be a challenge when we move to Costa Rica. But so why am I leaving the Netherlands? What are the main reasons? Well, of course, I love the tropics. I studied forest and nature management, and I have specialized myself in the tropics. Other reasons are, my country is so crowded, and all the nature we have here everything is managed. Everything is managed to the bone. I don't know how to express this or how to translate this in English, but here in Western Europe, especially in the Netherlands, we don't have any proper nature. Well, we do have some very beautiful natural parks or nature areas, but they are all managed, and that is what I don't like about, not only the Netherlands, but also about Western Europe. Everything is managed, and I like the real natural primary rainforest where nature just goes its way and everything is going in a natural way. So of course in the tropics there are also some you know, the forests are also managed in some kind of way, but not on a scale as we have here in the Netherlands. I don't like the structure of Western society. Of course, structure is always, you know, is always good in life, to have a little bit of structure to know what you can expect. But here in the Netherlands, everything is structured to the limit, and that is what I don't, you know, that I don't like anymore. Everything is predictable, and life is predictable, and you know, I don't like the idea of, you know, having a life of studying, having your job for 40 years and then retire and then and then die, you know, to keep it to put it that simple. You know, I like the adventurous aspects in life. So maybe that is going to bring me that in Costa Rica. Other things that I don't like here in the Netherlands, why I'm leaving, is well, like I've said in the beginning of this video, the weather. You know, we have the 4 seasons we have here: spring, summer, fall, and winter. And in fall and in winter, you know, for 6 months of the year, it's dark, it's gray, it's windy, it rains a lot. Well, it obviously also rains in Costa Rica, but you know, I don't like rain when it's cold and when it's windy. So and there are no green leaves on the trees, and all the birds are gone, and the birds are not singing. So that is also one of the reasons why I've decided to you know, to move to Costa Rica. And but I'm not running away from my country or something like that. That would be the wrong reason to you know, to leave the country where you grew up. But I'm really excited about this idea of moving to another country, and but it also it is very challenging, of course, when you have 2 kids and they need to go to school. So we're almost at the end of this video. So I promised you to give you a glimpse of where we are right now and what the plans are, and how far our journey is. So actually yesterday, actually this week, we were busy in our house. You know, this is my house where we live at the moment. We were busy cleaning up because we're going to put our house for sale next week. Yesterday, a photographer came here and took all the pictures necessary for selling our house. So I think by next Monday there will be a for sale sign in the front yard, and then hopefully after a couple of weeks our house will be sold. And then you know, then the next step is to find a house in Costa Rica, especially for the first few weeks or months, where we could orientate ourselves and you know, and move from there. So the idea is to you know, to actually move to Costa Rica around October, for various reasons. My mom has decided to come with us for the first couple of months, you know, to support us with the children, and actually because my mother has to leave her house for a couple of months because she has a cat and she lives alone. She has somebody who can stay at her house to live there and to keep an eye on the cat, and this person cannot stay there in January. So you know, one of the reasons is to move somewhere in October. October is also a good time to fly to Costa Rica because, you know, flight tickets are kind of cheap. And so this is the idea. Hopefully next Monday there will be a for sale sign in our front yard for the house, and then we have to look for a rental house in Costa Rica, and then you know, we have to arrange a lot of things. We have to see what we're going to you know, to bring with us, all the household goods. We're not going to ship anything. We're just going to take some extra suitcases with us in the airplane, and then you know, take as much as possible. Yeah, what else? I think that's it. Those are the reasons why I'm leaving the Netherlands and what my plans are. So now you're all up to date. If you want to keep following my journey to Costa Rica, if you are interested in bird watching, nature conservation, and all that has to do with moving to Costa Rica, please keep following me here. Subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so you will be notified every time I upload a new video. And of course, there will be more videos in the next few weeks about our you know, our journey of selling our house and packing our stuff, and you know, all the things that that come with moving to another country. And so I think that's it. Thank you for watching. Like I've said, subscribe yourself to this channel if you're new, and talk to you soon. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.